daughter and wife hate The Last Airbender, but I wasn't a big fan of it, so I thought the film was great. But they're
The
all,
Last Airbender?
yeah,
I love that movie.
it's not a film about farts.
No, it ain't. Talk about the one with the train. My name is Patrick Bynum. I've lived here in Cleveland all my life. I am 46 years old. I started out in the Halloween business when I was 15 years old, and I started commercial hunt when I was 18, and did that for 27 years. And at the same time, about 10 years into it, I started a professional wrestling company, and that's where I met Jason at.
Jason Lewis. I'm 43. Been in the Chattanooga area, I guess, since I was like 3. I love horror films and comedy.
What our show is it's a talk show based platform where we pick subject matter. We pick usually subject like a particular type of movie, and then we talk about those movies, and then we usually try to have guests, and the guest usually correlates with that. An example, we'll talk about slasher films, and then we went to an axe throwing company. So the footage from the axe throwing showed our footage, and then the slasher films is what we talked about. I was actually the promoter and a manager as well. I knew my physical physique. I never really was wanting to be. Well, growing up as a kid, I liked Jimmy Hart, Bobby the Heenan. I liked the managers. That fit my personality more than the wrestling. So that's what I always wanted to be, was a manager. So when I started my show, it gave me the outlet to be able to vent, so to speak, how I felt. I have us on, because that's my game. Yeah. I have us on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. Yes, we're on Instagram too.
I mean, we're still in our first year, so it's still a learning curve on what to do. So far, we haven't dropped off any viewership. Subscriptions have slowed down, but we haven't lost any viewers.
We've the proud thing we can say is since we've been running, we've only lost 1 subscriber, but we've gained an average of 2 to 3 a day. And I actually had my feelings hurt when we lost that 1. As you can see, we put the reason why we put money in this is got 1,300 views, 347 watch hours. We're up 10% from the last 28 days. Subscribers were up 27, but we're down 46% as compared to now. We look at audience. That's the one that I look at the most. In the last 48 hours, our top videos, number 1 has been The Guys Play with Dolls featuring Nick Ludzko. Number 2 has been Who You Gonna Call, Ghost Edition. And number 3 has been A Very Cranky Thanksgiving.
All right, so some of the monetary issues we have is paying the performers out of pocket. We haven't started making any revenue off this yet, so any props or performers are all paid out of pocket. That's probably the biggest. Advertising.
Hey, Joe, did you get with Joe on getting the editing done? And I was also wanting to check and see if you got if the funds came through on your Cash App.
Yeah, the funds came through. I got them in my account. I think you're missing some footage, or it needs to be reshot. The audio's kind of messed up.
Having to give everything away because we're not at the point of making money. We're still building, so it's just like an expensive hobby right now. Yeah, I paid the editor $50 on the episode he just finished, and gave him $25 toward the one he's working on now. So
you paid him $75, and we've only got 1 episode.
1 episode, and the one he's working on. So one we just finished filming. So he's paying for that one.
Yeah, Charles Newby was a comedian we brought in, and when I was prepping in the back, he told me he had just eaten some edibles on the way in, and I literally saw his pupils just dilate, solid black like a Japanese horror film. And we were asking him questions, and they were all a little off to the left, and then asked him, I guess, the third or fourth question, and he babbled on for 10 minutes about stuff that had nothing to do with the question.
And he had consumed moonshine and whiskey before.
I would like to continue what we're doing with the comedians and bands and other performers, but I'd like to, as we get more popular, have bigger names. That's my main goal, is have bigger names. I don't expect it to take off like a rocket in the first few weeks that you're doing this. It's going to take time to build up your viewers.
Treat it like a hobby and only do what you enjoy doing. Don't let nobody else influence your content. You create your content.
And find yourself a good cameraman.
And you're a good cameraman and a good editor.